going to do a live demonstration right now. So I need everybody to take a step back. Okay, up against the walls. Watch out, everybody. He's pulling a beam. We don't want it to hit you. Watch your knees and your legs. Okay? Okay, we're going to do a demonstration about the first step in making olive oil, and that is crushing the olives. Here we go. Samuel is adding olives to the basin, and Mosey keeps pulling the stone around and around. Listen up. That crackling sound is the sound of the pits of the olives being crushed open. This time we crush seeds and all. Okay? Then we have special baskets like these. We take the crushed olives by hand. There's a brown oily mash. And we fill the sides of the baskets. Okay, so we have something that's going to look like a tire full of crushed olives. It's oily, so if you can see my hand, it's kind of shiny now. Okay? And Samuel continues to show you it. Thank you, Mosey. Okay, the next step is the squeezing or the pressing. Not depressing, but the pressing. Come on down, everybody, to this side of the press.
Come on down, you will the prize.
Watch a step here at the end. There's a step down. Feel free to take a step down if you like. Awesome. Here we go. Okay, everybody. You can say a longer goodbye to Mosey later. Let's continue on this side of the room. I'm going to keep talking about the next step. So we finished crushing and filling the baskets with the crushed olives. Now we're going to squeeze out the oil. We have two presses on either side so you can look in both directions. If you look underneath the long wood beam, which is the most important part of the press, right here in the floor, we've built a hole into the floor. It's about a ½ yard deep. On top of the hole in the floor, we stack our baskets one on top of each other into a stack full of crushed olives. And then we lower the beam onto the basket, squeezing them. It looks something like this. The oil and the water drip into the hole in the floor, but God just happened to make oil lighter than water. Nice! We just wait a little bit, the oil floats to the top, and we can scoop the oil off the top of the water. How convenient. We have 3 stages or 3 pressings where we progressively add more and more weight to get more oil from the same baskets. And so you can see in the pit the 3 stone weights. They're about 500 kilograms or 1,100 pounds apiece. We lift them up with the winches that are installed in the beam, and the weight is transferred onto our baskets. The first press oil is the best oil. This is virgin olive oil. This is also the first fruits, and so it's holy to God. We believe, therefore, most of the virgin olive oil will be sent to the temple in Jerusalem, for example, to light the menorah, the 7-branch candelabra in the holy place in the temple. The second oil is for food, medicine, perfume, and cosmetics. The third oil is the lowest quality oil. That's okay. We'd use it to light oil lamps like these. That's right. There's one there. And to make soap. Now, an olive press in ancient Hebrew is gat shmanim. This is actually 2 words. Gat is a press. Shmanim is oils. Gat shmanim, everybody. Would you mind trying to say gat shmanim? Thank you very much. Gat shmanim is where we get the word Gethsemane from. Gethsemane means olive press. Notice also it's on the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem. Olive trees, olive press. It all fits together. Interesting, Jesus also gets to Gethsemane. He begins to be disturbed. He knows that he's going to be crucified the next day on the cross and die and bear the sins of the world. He goes alone to pray to the Father. You might say he's under tremendous amount of pressure, emotional, mental, spiritual stress. So much so, it tells us as he's praying, in his sweat come out drops of blood. Jesus is praying alone, and he comes back to check on his disciples, and he goes through this 3 times. Just like the olives are squeezed under tremendous pressure 3 times in Gethsemane to get the precious olive oil. This process is pretty violent, right? Crushing, squeezing. We have other pictures in Scripture. Pruning, also not a very nice picture, not a comfortable picture. Being purified in the fire, gold, right? Burning away the dross. Sometimes God allows pressure and pain, fire and crushing into our lives. It can leave us wondering if He's forgotten about us. God, why did you let that into our lives? We're Christians, we follow you. But sometimes God is working on a sin issue in our lives. He wants to cleanse us from our sin, it's true. Sometimes it has nothing to do with sin. Sometimes He's working on our character. Sometimes we got no clue what He's up to. You remember good old Job? Remember, Job had no clue what was going on in heaven. All he knew is the bottom came out from under his feet. Right? And then, in the place of greatest pain, his friends come to him. Oh, Job, you must have done something wrong. Oh, Job, you must have not done something right. And they were all deceived. And here we are, thousands of years later, encouraged, knowing that Job went through that, and God justified him at the end. He says, Job, well done. And your friends are in trouble. You got to pray for them, otherwise I'm not going to forgive them. So let us, with the grace of God, forgive people who've come to us and done such things, said such words. And let's make sure we don't do that to other people. And thank God Jesus went through this kind of pain. He went through temptation and yet without sin. And so the writer of Hebrews tells us, we have a great high priest who went through the heavens, and he's at the right hand of the Father. And he has been in flesh. He knows what it's like. And he is able to help us and save us to the uttermost. And so let us remember that we can come to him and receive the help that we need in our time of need. Let's continue out the door and left, please.